the whole thing wobbin', wobbin', wobbin'. When I come around, got the whole thing wobbin',
The Madden 24 news and info is really starting to fly here, so if you guys don't already have that noti bell turned on, make sure you guys turn it on. I do want to give a shout out to PJ Capalot for being a part of the Noti Gang. If you guys want a chance to shout out in the next video, drop a like in the vid. Make sure you guys are subbed to the channel. Notification bell on, comment down below. Noti Gang. Also, guys, make sure you check out the NFL season-long pick'ems available on Underdog Fantasy. We also have the Jake Paul fight upcoming this Saturday, which there are actual picks you can do on Underdog for that. And we have the NFL preseason coming up. The first game is actually tomorrow, so I would suspect that lines will be available today or early on tomorrow morning. So if you guys want to check out Underdog Fantasy, use code Zirksee match first deposit up to $100. Follow me over on Twitter for my picks. All right, so EA just did basically an entire game of Madden 24 gameplay over on their YouTube channel. I'm going to break down pretty much all of the highlights from it. If you guys want to check it out, again, just go check out their YouTube channel. Obviously, you can't show videos, but I have the screenshots of the key stuff, and I gotta be honest here, guys, I'm pretty excited. Okay, a lot of the stuff that was shown is very, very good in my personal opinion. You guys will see this. If you are not a fan of, you know, the big man press meta, which has really been in the game for the last like 2 years here, yeah, you're going to really like Madden 24. It doesn't necessarily mean that Madden 24 is bad in terms of man coverage, but from everything that I've seen, it definitely looks like zone is better. So first up, man press. As you guys can see right here, highlighted in the blue, you can see that is Stephon Diggs lining up right there against that DB. And it's man press. Obviously, Diggs is one of the best receivers at beating the press in regular head-to-head. And of course, when it comes to, like, you know, Madden Ultimate Team specifically, right? If you have a receiver who is much better than the DB or has high release versus a DB who may not have the highest press, well, as you guys can see right here, that's Diggs lined up versus the corner, and then you can see how the animation kind of plays out and how he pretty much instantly beats the DB off the press, which they did mention. Again, this doesn't mean that every single time you press is going to beat him, but that is very, very nice to see that man press versus receivers who should get off the press here is going to work. And as you guys can see, again, I mentioned this when I made my video kind of talking about, you know, how the beta kind of went there. The separation, right, that you kind of get here with Diggs. When you throw a deep pass, if there was a little bit of separation, I kind of noticed that receivers would get some really, really good separation animations when it comes to actually going for the catch. It kind of felt like they got like a little speed burst, nothing too OP, nothing crazy, but if they're supposed to beat the DB on the catch, they're probably going to beat the DB to the ball there. So you can see Diggs got off the press, made it down the field, and you see that's actually number 21 right there. Yeah, number 21, that's the same guy. And obviously Diggs caught him, caught the ball anyways, and that was a touchdown right there. So I like that, getting off the man press, very, very nice. Something else that is really, really, really big here, and I think a lot of you guys are going to really like this one here, is high balls. Okay, also I do want to mention here, they did mention the man coverage tune. That man coverage from the beta, if you guys played it, was also seen to be tuned down a little bit. So man press, man coverage, definitely not as good as it was in Madden 22, which is great. But high balls, okay, this is something that is really, really key to talk about here, because high balls have been really overpowered for quite a while now, especially, you know, in the end zone or down the seam to your tight end, whatever. You guys can see right here, Travis Kelce going over this high ball. This resulted in a knockout. Now, they did also mention that you don't necessarily need to be running stuff like mid-zone KO or deep in zone KO, deep out zone KO, flat zone KO. You don't necessarily need to be running that stuff to get knockouts in Madden 24. Will that carry over to Madden Ultimate Team? We'll see about that, right? But this was really, really nice to see. This has been something that is extremely overpowered and also is kind of, you know, limited a little bit which players you're able to use. You don't necessarily want to be running players like Honey Badger, which is one of my all-time favorite players to use. I absolutely love using Tyrann Mathieu cards, but, you know, as of recent, you just really haven't been able to do so because you don't want to have a 5'9" safety out there when people can just throw high balls over him and there's nothing that's really going to happen. Well, in Madden 24, things will happen. Not only will stuff like this happen right here, which you guys are looking at, which resulted in a knockout from Travis Kelce, but I believe I also have some other screenshots here to show. Sometimes when you throw high balls, you're going to get inaccurate passes, and depending on if the receiver kind of has to contort his body in a little bit of a weird way, you may even see just some straight up drops, which I will showcase for you guys here in a moment here. But quarterback scrambling, I did want to mention this. Yes, you can scramble in Madden 24. Now, is it as overpowered in Madden 20 as like Madden 22? No, it's definitely not as OP as Escape Artist in Madden 22. This was something that if you played the beta, you also noticed as well. But is it better than Madden 23? Without a doubt, yes. You can actually scramble with your QBs. If you guys have, Lamar Jackson, Michael Vick, Josh Allen, somebody like that in Madden Ultimate Team, you're going to notice the difference, which in my opinion is good. I really feel like you should have been able to scramble. In Madden 23, you just really couldn't. You just really couldn't at all. So I do like the way that you can actually escape the pocket, get away from pressure a little bit. Of course, like D linemen, if you have a spy, QB contain, whatever, you're still going to be able to stop the quarterback, but it is nice to have that extra threat there. Now, also, this was something that is pretty big. This specific play here, I believe it was called PA slot cross, I think it was very overpowered play. So you'll notice here with Diggs and also Dawson Knox here, they are flipping. In Madden 23, if you ran this play and you flip the play, Diggs would then get Dawson Knox's route, which was very overpowered. In Madden 24, that will not happen. If you flip the play, you will keep your route on that play there. Now, also, I wanted to kind of point this out here. Zones in Madden 24, they definitely play correctly. Okay, at least from what we've seen here. In terms of when they see the ball, if you guys take a look at that right sideline up there, you'll notice that Gabe Davis is going to the sideline. He's going to turn around. Take a look at the DB. He is already breaking on this ball. If they see the ball in Madden 24, they react to it much better. This is big when it comes to playing the flats over the middle. You'll see a lot of slants that may get thrown, but if there's a middle linebacker right there staring right at the ball, they're going to come in and try to make a play on the ball, get a knockout, whatever they can do, right? This also matters, especially in my opinion, down the seam, right? Because if someone is trying to throw, let's say, a high ball to the tight end down the seam versus your zone, that's happened so many times. I can't even count how many times it's happened. Number one, the safety is going to actually play it. They're going to try to jump the route, right? But number two, again, with high balls, it may end up in a knockout way more times than we've seen in previous Maddens. You can see the DB right here is making a play on the ball. He's trying to come down and get to it, and you can see it actually results in a knockout. Gabe Davis got his hands on it, but the DB was able to knock it out without any abilities even needed. Now, also, I know this screenshot is kind of bad quality here, but open field blocking in Madden 24, that is one of the things that most excited me from playing the Madden 24 beta. And again, it is very good. If you guys have a pulling guard out here, they're gonna go to the second level and they're going to try to advance and make the right blocks. I really like that from the Madden 24 beta, that they don't just get a block and then kind of stop or just stand there in the open field. They really try to keep going down the levels of the field and get to the safeties, get to the linebackers, screen passes, toss plays. I mean, it's going to be very good in Madden 24, which is a good thing. Blocking should work, right? Blocking should work. So I like that a lot. Talking about down the seams, right? Here is a ball to Travis Kelce that Jordan Poyer, you guys can see right here, is driving on to try and make a play because he's sitting in the middle of the field. He saw the ball coming, and this resulted in a knockout. I love that. Again, open field blocking right here. You can see this was actually a jet sweep, which I got to say the defenders kind of missed a couple tackles on this play, so that was not great to see. But open field blocking, Joe Tooney, he actually had a block on the D-line, moved up, and you can see right here he is engaging to try to get the carrier down the field even more. Now, I got to say this as well. They did mention this. We'll see how well it translates over Madden Ultimate Team and in general when we get our hands on the game. But if someone's running the same play over and over again, a couple tosses were called in a row here, and then this play was called. Take a look at the linebacker right there, and then boom, he meets him in the gap, which did not happen on the previous plays. But running the same play over and over again, yes, it looks like hopefully that will kind of make your players react a little bit better. Once again, man press, Diggs gets off of the man press right there. And then also, again, zone coverage, just showing if they can see the ball, they will play it. You guys can see where the ball is thrown. It's being thrown here to MVS, who looks like he has about maybe 6-7 yards on Tre'Davious White here. And in Madden 23, yeah, this is likely going to be a completion, right? Well, in Madden 24, you can see right here, Tre'Davious White moved up the field. This was a pick. Here's another showcasing here of high balls really not being as overpowered in Madden 24. You guys see this is a high ball. I believe this was just like verticals at a gun bunch here to Travis Kelce, a high ball. Again, this has been, you know, something that has really been OP the last couple of Maddens. Well, you guys can see right here, high ball, it's dropped. And guess what? Jordan Poyer right there dives in for the interception. You can see on the bottom right there, high throw, dropped. Simple as that. I actually truly like that. And that was pretty much it for the highlights, I will say, in Madden 24 for, you know, what they showcased. But I like it a lot. Man coverage, man press, not as overpowered. Defense really looks a lot better, I will say. They did also mention that if you pass commit versus a play action, it does very much so kind of help you out there with your pass rushers, you know, really focusing there on the pass and not falling for a play action pass, which I mean is kind of been a thing as well in Madden 23, but apparently it's even more tuned up in Madden 24. High passes, definitely not as overpowered, which I gotta say, you know, players like Darnell Washington with his rookie premiere, we were kind of thinking maybe he'd be as good as like Donald Parham in Madden 23, right? Donald Parham obviously extremely overpowered because you can do these high throws and pretty much no consequences at all. This doesn't mean you can't throw high passes and that they won't come down with some catches. They most certainly will come down with them, but it's definitely not going to be as OP as Madden 23. So Darnell Washington, as good as that card still may be in Madden 24, definitely is not going to be as OP as Parham in Madden 23. Zones play very well. They react. They try to go in and make a play on the ball, make a play on the receiver. I really like what I saw. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure you guys drop a like video, and of course hit that sub button down below. Cannot wait to get my hands on Madden 24. If you guys enjoyed this video, check out these.